the more I look at it, the more that I see that Halo is becoming like Star Wars now. For the longest time, Halo was just like this. I mean, one of the biggest properties in gaming, but still niche of gaming. Only a fraction of people are into shooters, and only a fraction of those are into Halo because it just feels so different from everything else. So, but now with this initiative from Bonnie Ross to try and make Halo reach broader audiences, that's the thing that she wants so much, is broader audiences. She's doing it. She really is, because it's becoming more like Star Wars. What I mean by that is, if you look at Star Wars, even before Disney, just like before Disney, let's go into like prequel times, or like, you know, past 2005, in between that and when Disney bought it. You looked at Star Wars, massive fandom. People are really diehard about it, conventions about it. I went to one of, or a couple of those, and it was fun. It was fun to gather with like thousands of people and have fun with something that at the time we didn't know was gonna keep going to the capacity that it is now. But if you were to like take a step back and actually look at Star Wars, someone who doesn't know anything, like if an alien were to look at Star Wars and just has no context about it, it's like, oh, clearly this is one of the most hated things on the internet, in which I would respond, no, it's actually beloved. It is this wonderful, beautiful thing that everyone hates and loves at the same time, because there's so much of it that there's plenty for both. There's plenty to hate, plenty to love. Does that suck? I don't know. I mean, I still like some stuff about Star Wars. I don't like the sequel trilogy. Nobody does. Barely anybody does. But I like The Mandalorian, most of it. Boba Fett was whatever. I liked the Mando episodes. Yeah, so I mean, I'm going off on a tangent about Star Wars. My point is that there's so much of it that you can hate and love it, and it's reached like mainstream status that like there's so much that a friend of mine who had never had any passing interest in Star Wars and could barely, and if you were to put a gun to his head and it was like, hey, what is the connection between the prequels and the original trilogy, he could probably tell you. For the most part, he just didn't really care that much. That's fine, it's not his thing. He started watching The Mandalorian, I mean, just now, which is a couple of years later, but he did. He watched it, and so Disney's doing with Star Wars what they want, and just make it this huge thing that now everybody gets to enjoy. That's what's happening with Halo. It was never gonna be a thing that was gonna remain pure forever. Anything that gets success can't stay that way. If it becomes successful, sustained over time, it's gonna be hated. Not the entire thing, obviously. Like, we're always gonna love Halo 1 through 3, right? And Reach, and some people don't like ODST. I kind of liked it a lot. It's very jazzy. I would like actually a kind of jazzy Halo again, but it was never gonna remain pure, ever. Like, any huge powerhouse is gonna have its downs, and I mean downs, like prequel trilogy downs, sequel trilogy down. But it's also gonna have its Mandalorians. It's also gonna have, it's gonna have its books that are, depends on who writes. Forget the books. I don't know what I'm talking about there. Yeah. So Bonnie Ross is doing it. That's what she wanted. She's getting it. we got the Halo TV show right now, which no one seems to like. I only watched the first episode, and I haven't watched the rest. I said I would in a previous video, but I haven't, just from lack of interest, just sheer lack of interest. I saw that first episode. I was like, I don't know. I'll catch it once all the episodes are out, and maybe. I know I've seen some clips that are a little bit silly. Like, he just won't keep his helmet on. And then you have Halo Infinite, a game that I have gameplay going on right now. I absolutely love the gameplay. I have over 500 hours into this game just playing the multiplayer. I love it. It's so fun for me, but I'm a very simplistic person, so like, I'm not like most people. Most people need a progression system because it's fun. It's fun to have something go ding, to go up, that kind of ropes you in. And I could never fault anybody for like feeling the way they do about what Halo Infinite is right now, because I feel the same way. There's a part of my brain that compartmentalizes that, and the part that loves the gameplay is just so separated that I just kind of go back to it and I play the game. And it's fun. I want everything that everyone wants about it, though, like more content, sooner, faster. I'll never want that at the expense of the development team's mental health. Never. I know that they have their priority zero thing, which is maintaining, or just making sure that they don't go into a crunch period in order to give us as much content as possible. But you know, that's a whole other thing. I can appreciate that, but Halo Infinite also is like Star Wars, something that's super divisive right now. Go on YouTube and search Halo Infinite, and just video after video, you're going to see Halo Infinite is a disaster. 343 ruined Halo. Season 2 looks pretty good. Oh, why I have hope for Halo Infinite. Oh, the Battle Pass in Season 2 looks cool. And the real hot one right now, most recently. Joseph Staten is saving Halo right now. Yay for Joseph Staten. Even though we didn't really learn it. Like, what we knew 2 weeks ago, or at least since they gave us like the sneak peek trailers for like the modes and for Season 2, like we know almost the same amount as we do now, and yet there's been like a tonal shift in what people think of Halo eventually. Right now, people of course still feel the same way, but people are now have more hope. But my point is that you're getting like these back-to-back recent videos of just different angles of how people feel about this game. A lot of people feel hopeful right now just because Joseph Staten said some nice things on a live stream that happened yesterday. A lot of other people also just kind of gave up on the game and probably won't be returning. Sean W, Mikalo Bro, is actually a really good YouTube channel to follow because he's just fun to watch, and I love watching his content. But like he brought up a good point that Halo Infinite could just kind of go into a niche of weekend shooter, nothing hardcore like Apex or Fortnite, where it's just so consistently updated. It's just something that is there, that functions, gets some content at a slower rate over time, but does get content eventually, and is fun to play on the weekend with your friends. Because I just had a LAN party a week ago. We didn't just play Halo Infinite, but Halo Infinite was part of the itinerary. And we had a lot of fun playing. There was enough of us to get a big team battle and 2 teams going, and it was extremely fun. The game is super fun. So we'll see. I keep maintaining, and I'll say every video, that this game is, I'm enjoying it now, but for any sane person, everybody else, this game's not going to be a full game to recommend to somebody, besides the fact that it's free. So I guess, you know, there's no risk. But this time next year, eventually I'm gonna have to adjust saying that, because if I say that every video, then I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna say, let's say May 2023. That might be a little bit hopeful, because there's a lot of people that bring up some good points about how it could take longer than that. And I'm going off a gut feeling based off of developments, what they're saying at 343, and their targeted roadmap right now. But yeah, it's Star Wars. It's gonna have its good stuff. It's already had its, you know, fantastic stuff. We're hoping that it gets something fantastic in the future again. Right now, we're just in a really weird space. Halo's such a weird spot right now with the show and Halo Infinite, and just everything's polarized. But you know what? I've been a Star Wars fan for all my life, so I'm kind of used to having something I love be this way. So just hang on, because I mean, we just don't know. But I am looking forward to see what happens to Halo Infinite after this time next year.